Let's keep it moving. The name of the Almanac, the preseason publication that we are putting out, promo code
plugs.
20% off, link in the description below, is called the Year of the Big. It's because if you go through and look at the best players in college basketball, the overwhelming majority of them are big men. You cannot do a first-team preseason All-American team without having Armando Bacot, Drew Timme, and Oscar Tshiebwe on it. Yeah. You cannot do a preseason Big Ten preview without mentioning Trace Jackson-Davis or Hunter Dickinson as a potential preseason player of the year. Adama Sanogo is going to be the preseason Big East player of the year. He might not even be a third-team All-American, even though he is probably a top 10 to 12 player in America.
Blasphemy. Connecticut's pizza is so bad, at least let them have an All-American.
Exactly.
Like for
it's
once.
Unfair. It's unfair. It's ridiculous. I say all that to say this. Is it a good thing for college basketball that the addition of NIL, the reason this is happening is because the addition of NIL and these big guys have a higher market value in college than they do at the professional ranks. No. Is that a good thing for college basketball long-term, T.O.?
I mean, yeah, you get to hang on to guys longer. I think that's a good thing. It might be the year of the big, but SEC, who I think the national championship is going to come out of, it's going to be the league of the wing. So I think like the wings are what wins you championships right now, as long as your point guard's solid. But I digress. If you look through the past couple of years, I digress. There's a lot of talent at the 5 spot, and largely guys, and you know this just as well as I do, it's because their games don't translate very well. Like, how is Hunter Dickinson going to fit in the NBA when he's getting attacked and attacked and attacked every time down? Not because he's a bad player, just because he's 7'2" and he might not be the most agile guy in the game. So I think that's a big one to keep an eye on. But it's like the bigs don't translate to the next level, and they are much more marketable like they are in college. They can capitalize off their success. People are still nuts about college sports. And the difference between college football and college basketball is you see their faces. So these kids are much more, you're able to realize who they are much easier, recognizable, if you will. That was the word I was desperately looking for, and I couldn't find it. Recognizable. But I think those bigs, they carry a lot more weight in college, and they can make a lot more money in college because most of the time they're going to go to an NBA team, they're going to sit the bench, and they're going to end up in Europe making, $750 to $1 million. And they can make more than that in college, especially these high-level bigs like an Oscar Tshiebwe, like a Hunter Dickinson. Those guys can make money at the
Kofi Coburn is taking a pay cut to go pro.
That's right. That's the thing.
What's the line from basketball? Everyone knows Shaquille O'Neal got rich playing in college, right? That's what Kofi Coburn. He got rich playing in college, which will allow him to afford to take a pay cut and go play in the NBA or go play in the G League, wherever he ends up. Oscar Tshiebwe, he's going to make 2 commas with a crooked number in the front of it this year. Really? Hunter Dickinson's going to make 7 figures. Armando Bacot is going to make 6 figures, if not 7 figures. Fanta, where do you stand on this?
Of course, it's great for college basketball. In no way can it be harmful to college basketball. One of the criticisms of the sport in recent years has been that in college hoops, you don't know who's on these teams from year to year. Newsflash. I actually think right now that you could say you have a better idea of who's on some of these basketball teams than you do in the world of college football. Yes, I just said it. There's some more. I'm telling you right now, a lot of the casual fans who are watching these college football teams, they know CJ Stroud, they know Stetson Bennett, but the point
what about last year's Heisman winner? He's back too.
But in college basketball, that has been a rich criticism of the sport, that recognizable stars, faces of the game, are not something that people can identify with. Instead, it's constantly faces on the sidelines. It's constantly big name coaches. I would argue this, that the year of the big and the immediate after effects of name, image, and likeness could not come at a more necessary time in college basketball, in a sport that has seen Roy Williams, Mike Krzyzewski, and Jay Wright all exit the game in the last year and change. The sport needs people that can be shown on their ads, and somebody sees it and says, I know who that is. I know who Oscar Tshiebwe is. Oh, Drew Timme's got the best mustache in sports. It's great for college hoops. It's a win-win scenario. Just because those players aren't necessarily translatable to the NBA, you know what it forces on broadcasts? For us to actually talk about college basketball and not get into an NBA mock draft in the 8th minute of the game out of a break. I think it's good for college hoops, and I think it's a total win-win.
I agree with everything that you just said in terms of publicizing the game and making it more recognizable and having more, for lack of a better term, brands playing the game, right? I don't know if it'll necessarily translate to these teams winning national titles, but I don't think that matters as much as it does as getting fans' eyeballs on the game. People are going to watch the NCAA tournament no matter what. But having some of these bigger names back in November and December might get more people paying attention to the sport then. What's going on, guys? Rob Doster here, the founder of the Field of 68 and the Field of 12 Media Networks. I wanted to take a quick minute to let you guys know about an exciting new project that we have been working on for the last 3 months. The Almanac, an all-encompassing preview of the 2022-23 college basketball season. We spoke with every single Division I head coach to give you a robust and accurate preview for all 363 Division I college basketball teams. We have predictions for conference finishes for all 32 leagues. We have features on the best freshmen, the best big men, the breakout stars, the coaches on the hot seat, so much more. It is 600,000 words of sheer happiness for the college basketball fan in your life. The Almanac is going to be available for digital purchase on September 26th for just $19.99, but you can pre-order it today using the promo code HOOPS and save 20%. Just hit the link in the description below.